Welcome to HopeSide Community Church. We are starting a series of messages with different themes HopeSide is known for. Week 1, we would be presenting on the theme related to social matters or building relationships, which is about loving others. Week 2 would be on health matters or building healthy self, which is about loving self. Week 3, we would focus on the theme faith matters, which is building faith or loving God. Week 4 would be on outreach matters, which is building community. If there is a week 5, we would again concentrate on outreach matters, which is building community. Weekly themes repeat every month. This week, being the first week, we are going to focus on social matters or how to build relationships and love others. The topic for today is love, expectations, and letting go. From when we are small, we have been in love, isn't it? We have loved our parents at first sight. We loved our siblings, our grandparents, and then our friends. And we love our spouse. We also have expectations from when we are small. We have expectations from all the people who are close to us or who are not even close to us. So this love expectations is something that goes hand in hand. So most of the expectations, when it is unrealistic, leads us to pain. We get hurt because of when our expectations are not fulfilled. And today we would be seeing how we can let go of some bitter situations we face. Now, we all make mistakes, and I am no exception. I've made several mistakes, and that is okay, as that's how we raise and walk again. We learn to raise and walk again based on the mistakes we have made. So with that, let's think about the expectations that we have. What are our expectations? We expect that our parents should be very loving. Our parents should get the things that we ask for. We expect that our friends should be so loving and so understanding. But we also have a fantasy that our spouse is going to be the best and we are going to live happily ever after. So we also have the expectations that friends are forever. My son said, "Mommy, I have this friend. He's the best friend and he's going to be with me forever." I said, "Oh, okay." Yes, okay. Because we know as adults that there are friends who are forever, but there are some times when very silly misunderstandings can destroy a relationship, isn't it? So today we are going to see all the way that we react and how we have to leave away all our expectations so that we will have a better relationship. So what are the expectations that you have? Can you think about the expectations you had and why you were being hurt because of those expectations? I remember the poem Ringa Ringa Roses. So I joined with the children when I was a child with other kids and go in circles and sing Ringa Ringa Roses. And then we say, "Oh, we all fall down." And when we fall down, we giggle and laugh, and then we raise up and again we play. We just let go of that. So this poem also tries to teach us a lesson. There are some times when we are going to fall down because of some situations. We are going to be hurt. But still, what we need to do, we'll have to raise up and let go of the things that happen. Just brush it away and move on and laugh about it. Galatians 5:22-23 says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. This verse very beautifully gives us some tips on how to build good relationships. We need to show love. We need to be happy. We need to be peaceful with the people around us. We need to be patient. Are we doing that? We need to be good. Do we have faith on the people around us? So this verse is really beautiful, and maybe keep these points as we ponder into this message that I'm trying to share with you. Okay, let me share with you a scenario where I had some expectations. My kids, one beautiful cold day, asked me, Mommy, shall we go outside? I said, yeah, let's go out. And my children, they wanted to take a few pictures and videos in the snow. And I was like a child. Sometimes, even when we are adults, we our hearts flutter, and we feel excited and enthusiastic about some things. Our childish nature comes out. So this was a situation when such thing happened, and I was so happy and said, went to the room and said, Selwin, come, let's go out. But he didn't even listen to what I was telling. I said, there is snow outside. Let's go out. And he was just looking at his phone, very serious. And I was disappointed. And these were the thoughts that came to my mind. He does not care for me. He does not love me. He does not understand me. He does not want to spend time with me. And I felt completely insulted and insecure because of his reaction. So, what was my expectations? My husband should not look at the phone when I talk to him. He should give me importance. He should spend time with me. And the list goes on and on. So what was my reaction? I was angry and irritated, and I fought with him and said, you always do that. You never care about me. For you, your phone is more important than me. So, and then actually what was the situation? He was ordering a gift for me for my birthday. And I was sorry about the reaction I had given some time ago. So this is what happens in many situations. I can relate that to many situations as well, at workplace, with my friends, with my parents. We have some expectations, right? And our reactions sometimes are unreasonable. We react far before we even understand the situation. So we think about the situations you had expectations and how you reacted, and how could you have reacted. Maybe I could have in this situation be more patient. I could have been more caring in telling him or expressing my feeling towards him. Okay, trying to empathize. Not only this, and I'm telling about various other difficult situations as well. So, what aggravates us? What makes us irritated and angry? Can you think of some situations where you got very irritated when two colleagues were giggling and laughing and looking at you? Have you faced that situation? They just look at you and laugh, and then you think, oh, they're talking something about me. Actually, they wouldn't have been even talking about you. Maybe they had some joke and they were talking and you just passed by. Sometimes the very look irritates you. Some people might stare at you and then you think, look at the way he's looking or she's looking at me. So, and you get irritated just like that from nowhere. Sometimes there are situations where little small words that people talk hurts you. You get hurt. Maybe they didn't mean to hurt you. We should understand that every person has their own problems in their life, and their agenda is not to hurt you or hurt us. Maybe they would be facing some very difficult situations in their life. Maybe they're having a, a person who's very sick in their family, or maybe they're having a misunderstanding with their friends or spouse, and they don't know how to handle the situations. So when they come to the workplace, they show that irritation on us. Okay, it is because they are not able to handle those circumstances. So we may have to empathize and understand and try to relate to them. Okay, there are situations when I did the same, even though I'm not supposed to do it, but still there are some situations where I'm so irritated with something at work, and I come and show that anger to my children. So uh, we're not supposed to do that, but sometimes the irritation at home, we show it in the workplace or to other friends. So think about such situation and try to empathize with people who react in a negative way to us. Let's not get irritated and angry when some things happen, because it is only going to hurt us. We will have to let go of some situations that are happening. And this verse says, "A fool uttereth all his mind, but a wise man keepeth it till afterwards." You can relate this verse to situations where you had a problem in your family, and you go and tell it to your friends, your parents, and what happens? They say, "Oh, this is what happened in your life. This is what your spouse did to you. Okay, you go tomorrow and you do this to them." Okay. Or if there is a fight with your relative or another friend, and you tell that to another person, third party, and they give you advice, and those advice may be negative. Some people, they're very good at pouring oil on the burning fire. So already burning fire. So this situations can be handled in a better way by not uttering anything, by keeping silent. The best way is to go solve the issue with that person and not tell anything about that situation behind that person's back. That is also gossiping, and Bible says that gossiping is bad. So this next verse that tells, "Cast all your care upon him, for God cares for you." First Peter 5:7. We face several situations. This life is not a bed of roses, as we always thought when we were small. When I was a very young girl, I would think about, fantasize about a beautiful life with no problem, everything cool. But it is not always like that. So we need to cast our cares upon Him, for God cares for us, and just let go. If you are always keeping everything in your mind, how can you live? Because there's going to be a lot of negative situations in your life. You can live a happy life with everything that's happening around you. People are going to hurt you. You cannot sit and keep crying. So we have to let go of things that are happening so that we do not get hurt. So here are the tips to face difficult situations. Number one is what I told before: pray. When you have problems, pray about it and cast all your burdens to God. We can never replace that with any other point. The next is breathe. Take deep breath when you're upset. When some things happen at your workplace, breathe. Do not react immediately. You don't, sometimes you would want to just blast that person and show all your irritation to that person, but that is not the best solution. You know that. So it is always best when we come back to that issue after a few days. That is the best thing, because you would have calmed down and you can think about the situation and react better. Think positively about situations. Sometimes some things happen for a reason. We know that all things work together for good to them that love God. Sometimes even the negative things are good. Sometimes the negative things that happens in our life are for us to gain experiences. So pray and ask God, oh Lord, what do you want me to learn from this situation? Okay, so we'll have to let go and move on. We also have to accept things that are happening. Everything that is happening, we have to accept and forgive and appreciate the person for who they are. We need to empathize and understand what the person, that the person is doing the best thing. Okay, he's doing something that he thinks is best. And we also have to learn to have no expectations in the future. So by doing so, we will be able to have a better relationship with all the people around us. It is very important that we have a good relationship with people around us, because God wants us to have a good relationship with people around us, isn't it? So may God help us as we interact with people around us. May God help us as we try to understand the people around us and live in harmony with the people around us. This verse, forget the former things, do not dwell on the past. See, I'm doing a new thing. So have you thought about this verse where it says that we'll have to forget the former things? There are many times where we keep thinking about the things that happened in our lives again and again. We try to relive in that situation. And what happens? We are the one who spends sleepless nights. We are the one whose health is affected. Our health is affected because of thinking about the things we're not supposed to keep thinking about. So the Bible gives us the solution. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on your past. The past is over. You are not that old person you were 10 years ago. You are not the person 5 years ago. You have changed. Even the very cells in your body has changed. You're not that same person anymore. So may God help us to forget the things, the former things, and help us not to dwell in our past. God says, see, I'm doing a new thing, and God wants to give us springs. Are we able to perceive it? God says that He's making a way in the wilderness and a stream in the wasteland. Are we ready to receive it? So may we analyze our own self and ask God so that His will be done in our lives. God does not want us to have a negative relationship or a bad relationship with people around us. God wants us to love others. God wants us to have the best relationship with the people He has created and given them in our lives. So may we always try to go one step ahead towards heaven with the people who are around us. May this be our prayer. HopeSide Community Church is currently planning to build a church and a community center, which is found in HopeSide.com. Where will it be built? In Silver Spring, Maryland. And we have a target of 2,000 members. So these are the prospective members that we are aiming at. And if you are willing to be part of HopeSide Community Church, please sign up. You can email us at contact@hopeside.org. Thank you so much for listening to this message, and may God bless us all.